Well, ladies and gents, today might be the day that we finally reach the Premier League. Welcome back to Unemployed to Unstoppable Part 28. As you can see, we are 3 points off the top of the league. In this episode, we've got 2 matches to finish off the season where we could realistically finish first, second or third. Obviously, any of the first 2, we go up to the Premier League. Third, we would go into a playoff scenario. What we're looking for is just 2 points. That'll seal the deal. It would be better if we could secure that top spot to pick up a trophy along the way, but there's no guarantees. Since you were last with us, we have been on an 8-game unbeaten run, albeit we have drawn 3 of those and slipped some points behind, but we've managed to hold on to that second spot. Yet we've been unable to catch up with Sheffield United. So away game at Derby, home game at Rotherham, and that should decide whether we make it or not. Previous 5 meetings against Derby have all been victories, so things are looking promising. With all that being said, I'll click through to the game and we will see if we can secure our place in the Premier League. Welcome back. So starting lineup for the first match here is Memedov in goals, the back 4 of Galvez, Shipley, Omobamidele, Watiao, midfield 3 of Hamilton, Alzate and Kilkenny, with the front 3 of Sarmiento, Rashika and Padilla leading the line. So pretty strong team, been on a good run of form, everyone's trained well, and we've been through all the team talks to say pressure's off, don't put too much emphasis on this match in particular. What will be in essence. We've had a good season, we've accumulated a huge number of points, and I'd like to think that we can get this over the line and secure our place in the Premier League. There'll be a huge rebuild in the summer. I've looked through the squad already. We do have a huge number of players out on loan who might be beneficial to the squad next year, Capecci being one of them, Gregorio being another who scored a lot of goals away at Bristol Rovers. But again, the Premier League's a different kettle of fish. It's a large step up, and we're going to have to make sure that we've got the squad to cope with all the games that come up, not just the 1 or 2. So it's going to be tight, it's going to be tough, and I think next season will very much be down the bottom half of the league, not the top half of the league. So we've got to prepare ourselves for that. We've also got to prepare ourselves for the fact that a large number of players that we'll be going for will more likely than not accept bids from other Premier League clubs. So finding young promising players with potential is probably going to be the way forward, as I don't think we'll be able to sign any ready-made players to go into the first team. That being said, again, we'll look to the loan market as much as we can. I think we can take 4, so we'll go first to the transfer window. Free transfers ideally is a priority, then anyone we can get in off our short lists, and then finally we'll top up the squad with loans from Premier League or European clubs. As we say that, Sarmiento has just slipped us 1-0 up. Alzetti with the ball from out wide. That's put us in the driving seat, and potentially that kills off that push for the top. We'll have to look at the league. If we get promoted in second place and we can't catch Sheffield United, the second part of the episode will be the end of season rewards and review. If we still have a chance of going for that top spot, we'll play the second match and we'll catch up with a review at a later date. As we get into half-time, fairly dominant in terms of chances and possession. Just really need to look to get that second goal, gives a bit of a safety net, and secure the place in the Premier League. Again, just have a look, chuck down in the comment section if you see any areas that you think we really need to strengthen at. Off the top of my head, I would say the middle 3 is probably something we need to look at. Hamilton, who we got in as an attacking midfielder on the left as a winger, he's dropped more central into that midfield role because we've been playing 3. I don't see him staying there in the long term as Sarmiento breaks down the left-hand side and lives into the box. It's flicked away, but Watiao has a chance for Kilkenny and Alzati to put it back in the box. Rashika to Padilla out wide to Watiao. Rashika, someone's got to get into the box. Out wide again. Really taking our time, and it goes. Padilla gets up for the header and gets his 14th of the season. So 2-0 up, half an hour to go. All being good, that is us pretty much done and dusted in terms of securing a spot in the Premier League. So kudos to all the players. We won't make any substitutions for a yellow card. because suspensions for the last couple of games aren't really going to make a big difference. But as I was saying, in terms of the squad, I mean, Galvez has been revelation at left back. Mamadov he's been a mammoth. I see no way he's not going to get signed into the season. But what we don't have is we don't have any backup for him. So one of the things we'll need is a really good, strong reserve goalkeeper. Right back's been okay, but I'm not sure if that might be an area to look at. So centre midfielder, some support for Badir as a substitute striker. And that should be about it, really. After that, we're looking at developmental squad players who we can bring on to climb up and challenge for a higher place in the league seasons to come. 94th minute, whistle about to go. There we go, we've done it. We should just have the confirmation now as we get through here. Big beaming smiles all around the ground. All we want is that confirmation. So tied on points with Sheffield United. Fulham can't catch us, so we're definitely promoted. If Sheffield United don't win, we'll have a chance. If they do win, I think the 10 goal difference is too much of a swing really for us to catch up. So there we go, confirmation of promotion to the Premier League. What we'll do is I'll click through and get us ready for the next game. And we will see if we can turn this into a title. Welcome back. As I was clicking through, you can see Sheffield United won their game in hand, which puts them 3 points clear with an 11 goal difference. I can't see an 11 goal swing, so I'm not going to show you the last match. What I'll do is I'll click through. I'll take us through the initial budgets in a quick review. That initial budget, as you can see, is 38.72 million as a transfer budget, which is phenomenal. We can do huge things with that. And the initial wage budget, £725,000 per week. So huge budget, gives us a real chance of doing something when we go up there. Certainly we should be staying in the league first and foremost, but maybe we can look a bit further towards a mid-table finish. What I'll do is I'll click us through to the end of season review, and yeah, we'll get ready for the next episode being the transfer window. So stay tuned and we will be back very shortly. So here we go for the end of season review for the 25-26 season with Norwich, securing promotion in second spot. And for those who are interested, their final game of the season we won, but so did Sheffield United, so we still finished 3 points behind. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Didn't catch up for a second. So here we go in terms of new arrivals. There was a lot of players came in. Vituli came in as backup at centre half. Thomas Galvez came in and he got the star signing. Very much made himself a first choice left back. He came in as backup at January, but he was a revelation when he came in and absolutely secured his spot. I'm a little bit surprised that Mamadov, the goalkeeper, didn't get signed of the season, because we signed him for 8.5 million. He's worth 20 odd million now, and he's had an absolutely fantastic season. 51 appearances. I can't have any more praise for him really. Watiao came in again, another one we paid money for. Padilla from Man United, 41 games, 14 goals. Maybe not as many goals as I first expected, but again, you can't knock what he's done. Mike Hamilton as well from Coventry, 43 games, 11 goals, so not too far behind. Couple of loan players in Ranocchia and Sarmiento with quite a few appearances, but nothing too overly dramatic. And then Paolo Rondinini came in for 3 million, very much a future prospect, and I think he'll be making some waves in the Premier League when we get there. And Karavayev, he was already on a pre-contract before we turned up. Doesn't really fit the vision or the club policy for buying players at 33 years old, so we'll very quickly look to ship him out at the start of the new season. In terms of transfers out, we did get rid of quite a few. Christoph Zimmermann, 33-year-old centre-back, club legend. He was probably one of the mistakes I made in the season, because when we let him go we had a massive dip in form and it could have cost us promotion. But fortunately we were able to correct it and get back on track. John Swift to Blackburn, again Adam Eder to Middlesbrough. 30-year-old, 25-year-old, 34-year-old Josh King went. We got rid of a few young players, Kenny Coker, Logan Pye, Stojanovic, 32-year-old, Ross Barkley, 32-year-old. So very much trying to clear out a lot of the older players, the young players with very little potential, and getting any off the wage budget that we didn't think we were going to have. So in terms of players out, pretty good. Loan out, we signed quite a few of high prospect players. So Omar Kapeche, centre back, he's got a huge amount of promise. I'm really excited about him coming back. And there is another one that looking pretty good, Noah De Gregorio at Bristol Rovers, 49 games, 22 goals. Again, young striker with a lot of potential, and he really looks like he could be a player for us and might well stay at the club as backup to Padilla as we go into the Premier League. In terms of results then, Premier League, obviously we finished second, 3 points behind Sheffield United. We ended up being 11 points clear of Fulham. I said at the start of the episode we could have finished third. It looks highly unlikely from that picture there, but it was a lot closer at the start of the episode, so give me the benefit of the doubt. You can see in terms of the competition results, that huge unbeaten run at the start of the season was great. We had this patch of red, this nasty red stuff in the middle, hitting around the time I sold Christoph Zimmermann. We did get back on track. I went on another bit of an unbeaten run. Slight blip against Swansea, but overall, fantastic season. Can't really complain. And 94 points haul. Can't really expect much more than that. FA Cup wise, we did pretty good. We got the FA Cup special, the previous episode against Leeds. We nil-nilled them over the 90 minutes, but unfortunately they got us in extra time and we ended up finishing the game with 10 men due to injury. So a good effort, but couldn't quite get as far as we'd like to go. And then Carabao Cup, pretty sure we were out of that before I turned up. Or very quickly knocked out of it, but yeah, it's not one we were really concentrating on. Now we're in the Premier League. If we can sort out some good form early on, we can maybe look at making a cup run as a priority for the season. Maybe get ourselves some kind of trophy as we take the next step in the journey to unstoppable. Moments to remember then. Biggest win, 3-0 at Coventry. Hamilton scoring against his former club. Match to remember, 2-1 away at Cardiff. Again, I don't know why that's a particular match to remember. It's not one that I've remembered. And then goal of the season, Hamilton, huge strike for 46 metres. I remember seeing that. It sounds really glamorous, but the goalkeeper was miles off his line. He'd gone to the corner flag to clear it. Hamilton picked it up just about halfway line and put it into an empty net. So, yeah, it sounds like a fantastic goal, but it wasn't as glamorous as it said. In terms of finances then, club reputation has gone up 3.5 stars, so that should help us attract some more players. Annual revenue's gone up in most respects apart from broadcast revenue, but I would expect that to change when we're in the Premier League. And then merchandise and shirt sales, much to be expected. Although I would have thought Padilla, being the leading striker, would have been within that count, but not to be. And with some of the new arrivals, I would actually expect that to change quite dramatically as we go into the new season. In terms of the lineup then, Mamedov in goals, Bagan, I mean, he's in there for a number of games he played at the start, but he was very much overtaken by Galvez on the left-hand side. Watiao on Midembele, they were brilliant. Mumba, Kilkenny and Alzetti solid in the middle. Barkley had that attacking midfield role at the start of the season, but when the opportunity came to move him on due to his age, we couldn't really turn it down. We had to get rid of him. Rashika, Sarmiento and Padilla make up the rest of the squad. So, yeah, fairly consistent squad. A few players with a high number of appearances. Memedov, most of all, with 51. In terms of accolades then, 2 Manager of the Month awards in October and April, so that's pretty good. Club awards, we've got Omar Bamadeli. I'm going to have to sell him or change his name. He got Fans Player of the Season and Young Player of the Season. Galvez, Signing of the Season. Hamilton, as we discussed, was Goal of the Season. Rashika, top scorer with 14, which doesn't really seem that much when you think about it. Most assists, Rashika. Most man of the match, Omar Bamadeli, who got highest average rating as well. And most passes completed per 90 minutes. In terms of breaking records then, Rashika's got the most assists in a season. Memedov, I mean, he was brilliant. For 19-year-old goalkeeper, 24 clean sheets in his first season for us. It's absolutely outstanding. Omar Bamadeli, most man of the match awards in a single season. Watiao, worst discipline, maybe not the one, maybe not the accolades he wants, but at centre half, you're always going to be in there. 11 yellows and 1 red card. And then the oldest goal scorer, Pete, 35 and 321 days, so nearly 36. So that's really good for him. That's the end of the roundup then. We'll just have a quick look at the giving us our budgets for the next year. No, they're not there. We've got 30 odd million to play with. I don't know if it's in here. Yeah, so 38.7 million, £126,000 per week. On the next episode, what we'll do is we'll very much evaluate this squad. I'm going to end up clicking through till the loan players have gone. There'll be some people coming on loan, and we'll evaluate who we're going to bring in and who's going to be shipped out. So once again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We're into the final furlongs. We've managed to get all the way from non-league, well, I say non-league, National North into the Premier League. Next phase now is to try and win the Premier League, or at least qualify for Europe or do something a bit special. So hopefully you can assist, help us point out the right areas to strengthen, and we can go on to bigger and better things. So once again, thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next episode.